As a short guy on the dating apps for over 3 years, I'll be honest, it wasn't always easy. But I finally cracked the code and I figured out what works best. In today's video, I'm sharing the top 10 powerful lessons that help me get more dates than I ever thought was possible. So if you're ready to dominate the dating apps as a shorter guy, grab a whiskey, sit back, and let's blow up your inbox. Let's go. Lesson number one, girls filter by height, accept it. So the main point I'm gonna really drive home for you is you have to accept your height. And I'm gonna tell you a true story that really is gonna captivate what I'm trying to say. So a few years back when I was on the dating apps, I remember I went on a date with a girl. She's probably about 5'4", give or take. And she told me that she used to be really interested in taller guys. So guys were like 6 feet or even 6'3". And of course, for myself as a 5'8" guy, I didn't come close to that. But she said she kind of lowered her standards in terms of height. I guess that's where I fit in. So that's why I kind of landed on this date with this girl. Point being, she told me at one point she really filtered the height on the apps to like 5'11" or even taller. And she went on a date with a guy. So she's talking with some guy and he told her that he was 6 feet tall. So of course, having conversations, they meet up for a date. But then guess what happens? She told me his actual height was probably closer to about 5'7". So the main point I'm trying to say here, guys, you don't want to lie about your height. You want to own your height, and you got to really know that some girls are just into taller guys, which will really set the stage for basically the whole video. And I'm going to tell you basically later on in the video what girls you should be dating in terms of height, or at least the best chance of success you had, because I actually had data that I collected for myself, and I'll tell you the answer later on in the video. But lesson number one is girls filter by height, accept it, and own your height. Lesson number two, some girls will literally fetishize tall guys, let them go. So when I first started talking on the apps, I used to be so pissed and so discouraged when girls ask me like, hey Rich, are you 6 feet tall? I like, fuck me, right? I'll just delete this conversation right now because it's probably over. Well, here's the thing though. Every single person has a specific profile they're trying to attract, right? And the cool part about it is you don't want to try to attract every single person out there anyways. And I'm going to tell you later on in this video on how to really master it. It's going to be an absolute game changer for you. Because even ask yourself this question. I'm sure there's a type of girl that you lean towards, right? Like whether you know it or not. Like for me, I guess subconsciously, I like a smaller girl who's like in shape, like not too tall, maybe blonde, brunette's okay too. But that's the kind of girl I tend to lean towards. And maybe for you, it's like, maybe you want a girl with like big bazookas, a big ass, like whatever it is, that's kind of your type. It's the same thing when it comes to some girls, right? Like they want to be with a taller guy, and that's 100% okay. So the big takeaway that I had for myself and I have for you is don't try to attract every single person. More on that later. It's okay if some girls want to go for taller guys. Let them go, move on. There's thousands of other girls out there for you. Lesson number three, you need to go in with a nothing to lose mindset. Now, you absolutely have to have this mindset if you want to succeed on the dating apps, because if you don't, the dating apps are definitely not for the thin skin. Because I remember I used to be that guy who really stressed on the apps, and I'll get like so emotional and pissed off, like when I wasn't getting matches or if a girl unmatched me. But then I made one big change that really changed everything, because I think girls really sense my uptightness too, even when I was talking to them, because I just basically try not to screw it up because I really wanted the date. But what I made the change from, okay, you know what? Like I'm going to be myself and I'm okay if I don't get a girl from the dating app. Like I'm happy who I am. I'm going to continue to work myself. I have other goals. And this is basically just playing with house money. When I made that change, dates started flooding in. I showed off my humor more. I showed off my physique more. I was myself more. And girls, I think, can really sense that I'll just be myself. And it just helped me get more matches for my pictures, my quotes on my dating app. And it also has helped me get more dates, because when I was talking with them, I was just kind of flowing the conversation a lot more naturally. So the big takeaway for you is expect rejection. Don't stress about it. Own your self-worth, and just know if you don't get a girl from the dating apps, you're still gonna be okay. And I guarantee if you make that change, the dates and matches will start flooding in. Okay, lesson number four, and this one's an absolute game changer. Target girls 3 to 5 inches shorter than you. And I have actual data I'll share in 1 minute that really backs up what I'm saying. So I remember when I first started the apps, I used to target basically any single girl, like any hot girl basically, whether she's 5'11", 5'10", 5 feet. I was just more just swiping left, right, and center. But I noticed one common thing, and this makes sense. Most of the girls that I was matched with were 3 to 5 inches shorter than me. So then I decided, you know what, like how accurate is this? And I actually started collecting data for myself. Like that's how obsessed I was about it. And I actually found that the majority of the girls, I'll give you the percentages in 1 second, were that 3 to 5 inches shorter than me. So here's the percentage that I found. Girls that were 5 inches or shorter than me, which kind of lets my girlfriend, she's 5'2", she's 6 inches shorter than me, made up about 60% of how many matches I was getting. So that big of a number. And it's give or take a percent or two. About 25% were about 4 inches shorter than me. About 10% were about 3 inches shorter than me. And then kind of 5% were just more random, like girls who are 2 inches shorter than me, or maybe even like my height or taller, because some girls just don't care about height, right? So it's pretty remarkable, right? So 5 inches is shorter than me was kind of like the bread and butter in terms of the girls I was trying to looking for. So let's say you're like 5'6", whatever it is. If you try to target girls like 5'1", 5'2", that's probably the best chance you have for success. Now, is this a golden rule? Absolutely not, because some girls don't care about height. Like even my girlfriend now, she's 5'2". She basically said she's dated a guy who was like 5'4". So like some girls just don't care at all about height. But if you want to kind of really resource your time and get the best bang for your buck, I would really kind of focus on the 3 to 5 inches or shorter range than you. You do that, you'll get more dates, and you'll be less stressed about girls that are taller than you, and you won't be stressing as much about your height as well. At least for me, it helped me in terms of the mindset thing. So that's your big takeaway for number 4. Lesson number 5, get yourself in shape. Now, this will be applicable for the dating apps, but also for your confidence and even just talking to girls also in public. So I used to be the most shy, skinny kid out there, and I was petrified of talking to girls. I was so shit, like straight up. I was just horrible at it. But then when I got myself in shape and I started adding more muscle, like everything changed for me. I had so much more confidence. I was approaching girls left, right, and center. And that's when the dates really started flooding in for me. It's okay, yes, I definitely look better, but it was more just like a confidence thing overall because I felt good and comfortable in my body. So this will be a quick one, but your takeaway here is if you're subconscious about your body, get yourself in shape. Whether it's like lose fat, build muscle, both, do that. Your confidence will skyrocket. You look more attractive, and you can also show it off a little bit on the apps. I'll show you how to do that in just a few more lessons, so stay tuned for that. Lesson number 6. Okay, I can't speak French. I'll go back to English. Lesson number 6, humor is your superpower. So this kind of ties back to my, have that nothing to lose mindset. But I'm a pretty naturally funny guy. But on the dating apps, I was really playing like not to lose, if that makes sense. And I kept really everything tight knit. But then when I started making the change to, okay, fuck it, I'm going to be myself and really show off my sense of humor, I'm not even joking you, I had more dates than I knew what to do with. Like every single weekend, there's honestly I had multiple dates on Saturday, Sunday, Friday. It was actually crazy because I was actually being myself. And it's helped in basically 2 ways. Number 1, I was just showing more like funny quotes on my profile. And number 2, I was just being myself with like the chirps and banter with girls. And I can tell you this, guys, girls absolutely love a sense of humor. They love chirping. They love a bit of bantering back and forth. So your big takeaway here is if you have a sense of humor, a good one, show it off. If you don't, nothing in the world, don't worry. But don't hold back like I did before in the past. So if you have a sense of humor, show it off because it absolutely is a superpower. Lesson number 7, and this is going to be your game changer, but you need a niche. Now, I really broke this down on a video I'll link above, and you can check it out at the end of this video. But basically what I'm trying to say is you need to have your dating profile set up exactly for the kind of girl that you want to attract. Now, let me ask this question to kind of really drive home my point, and I'll kind of expand on it later on. If you're looking to, I'm a fitness guy, so if you're looking to lose like 10 to 20 pounds, let's say if you're a guy 30 years old. If you're a guy 30 years old and you're looking to lose 10 to 20 pounds of stubborn belly fat, who would you hire? The guy who specializes in training and getting rid of 10 to 20 pounds of stubborn fat in 90 days or less? Or would you hire the coach who says, hey, I do weight loss for men, women, I do athletic training, mobility. You know what I'm trying to say? You would probably hire the guy who really specializes in that one niche, right? Well, it's the exact same thing in your dating profile. Your dating profile, you are essentially marketing yourself, and the best marketer always wins. So for me, my niche and how I set my profile up was humor and fitness. Like though a couple other like minor things, but those are the main two things I really zeroed in on. So I showed off my physique because I'm not a tall guy. I'm not going to show off my height. So I showed my physique and I showed off my sense of humor. And that was basically the girls that I wanted to be with as well. And that's who I attracted. Like my girlfriend right now, she loves a guy into fitness. She's into sense of humor. And that's why we have a good standing relationship right now. So you got to set up your profile exactly exactly for the kind of girl that you want to attract and then what you are really good at. So pick two things. Don't try to attract every single girl out there because there's an old saying in marketing, if you try to attract everyone, you attract no one. Specialize. Don't be a generalist. If you do that, your dating profile, I should say the matches will start coming, not the leads, I was getting into marketing there. The matches will start flooding in and you'll be getting a lot more dates. So your big takeaway is zero on your profile and get a niche and try to attract the girl that you want to be with. Lesson number 8, girls will follow your lead. Boy, this Zen is kicking in. Like, do you guys use Zen at all, nicotine products? If you do, let me know in the comments below. I digress, so back to the point. As a man, you have to be a leader. So I used to get a lot of matches at one point, but I really struggled getting them into dates, which is ultimately the name of the game, right? And I think a lot of it was because I was using passive language. So if I want to hang out with a girl, I'll be like, hey, so do you want to hang out with me? Or like, hey, like, what are you doing? You want to chill? Or what are you up to? Like, just like stuff like that. And girls don't like that. They want a guy who's very authoritative. I think that's the word. And you want to use assumptive language. I probably butchered that word, but you know what I mean. And here's an example I would say to them that really changed everything for me. So instead of saying like, hey, like, do you want to hang out? I would basically give them the option of what day do you want to hang out, and I would tell them exactly the time and place. So for example, I'll be like, hey, I'm free this weekend, like Friday and Sunday. I'd love to hang out with you at, let's say, 7 p.m. at this time. So give them the time, location, and then you say like what day works best for you. So you're kind of assuming that they want to hang out with you, right? Which is very, very powerful. It might not seem like it, but just think, right? Like if you're on a sales call, the person's not gonna be like, so do you want to buy this? No, they're not asking that question. They're basically going to lead, you're going to be assumptive in assuming that you're going to want to buy their product, and they're going to use words to really match that. Well, it's the exact same thing when it comes to dates. The more specific you can be in terms of like a time, location, and even giving them the option in terms of what day works best for you, opposed to saying like, do you want to hang out? It changes everything. So your big takeaway here, be a leader, assume they want to hang out. Girls love that. Don't be passive, because if you do, you'll probably get unmatched like myself, or you might get ghosted, which is ultimately what you don't want. Lesson number 9, rejection is part of the process. In fast unmatches, it's going to happen a lot. Now, this is my biggest naive moment when I first started joining the dating apps. I basically thought any single girl that matched me, I'm going to talk with, and I'm going to hang out with. Boy, I was in for a rude wake-up call though. Probably over half the messages I sent to those girls, either, they didn't respond to me, or we had conversations that really went to nowhere and I eventually got ghosted, right? But when I started accepting that rejection and getting ghosted, it's part of the game, right? Because like I made another video and I kind of laid out that dating apps, there's probably at least 65% of girls on the dating apps. So they basically have the power for the most part in terms of choosing who they want to be. If you can accept that rejection is going to happen and you can accept that mentally, it's going to make your stress so much better, your mind's much better, and it's going to help you just be a lot more free in your conversations. So your big takeaway here is don't stress about rejection. There is something you can do as well though. Like if you do get ghosted or rejected, look at the conversation and just kind of think like, okay, is there something I can do better with? Like for example, this one girl, I kind of asked her early in the conversation, I'm like, what are you looking for? I got on Match right away. And that was just like a lesson learned for me. Like probably not a good question to ask, especially for someone who's on Hinge and has looking for a relationship in her profile. So I learned from that. You get better from that. And the more experience you get and the more you accept rejection, the better off you're going to be. Lesson number 10, getting matches is nice, but getting dates is the ultimate end goal. Now, do you ever see those guys on Instagram who have like a shitload of followers and they get a ton of likes, but they really don't make any money off it? Well, like, what's the point, right? To stroke the ego. But then you got some people on Instagram who don't have a ton of followers, but they're making bank. That's exactly what you want to do. Because, like, what's the point of getting a ton of matches, but they aren't really leading to dates? If you are getting a lot of matches, like, that's good, don't get me wrong. But if they're not leading to dates, there's two main things you're probably doing wrong. Number one, you're not niche down enough. We talked about that obviously before. And number two, something just might be a little bit off in the conversation. And that's a video for another day. In a perfect world, of course, you want a lot of matches that lead to a lot of dates, but it can actually be better to have fewer matches with more qualified conversations, if that makes sense, opposed to having like a ton of girls, but they're really not responding back or they're just not the right fit for you. So your big takeaway is, yes, getting matches is very important, and that's obviously step number one, because if you don't get matches, you can't get dates. But you got to make sure when you get matches, they're the right girls for you, and you know how to, I'm going to use marketing terms here, convert those matches into actual dates. Now, if you did like this video, please like and subscribe. It keeps me posting videos. And if there's a video that you want me to cover in particular, let me know in the comments below. Like, I've been on these dating apps for many, many years. I know what works, what doesn't, how to talk to girls. Had so many damn mistakes and I learned from them. So I want to help you guys get more hot matches. So if there's anything I can cover for you, or if you have any questions, drop them below. And if you do, I'll keep these videos going. And like I said, please make sure to subscribe. I'm still a new channel with this, and every subscription and like helps my channel. Thank you so much. I hope this video helped you. Let's get you more hot dates. Let's dominate the dating apps.